Alright, how's it going, guys, and welcome to episode 19 of Oldschool Completionist. So this is what I sound like when I am sort of sick. Yeah, haven't been feeling great the past couple days, but I guess it makes my voice lower, which is sort of a perk. Maybe I just sound awful. Probably more like sound awful, but there we go with 900 Castle Wars tickets, and I can buy a full Halo set if I want. Not really too exciting, but I'm getting pretty close to 1k, and that's pretty close to a third of the way to the full gold set also, and I decided to finish off my Aviansi's task in the wilderness because I had like 6 left when I finished the last trip at Kriara, and I didn't really want to waste a ecumenical key on that, but I've been getting a bit better at Kriara. I've started to chin on the minions a little bit, like chin on not just the melee minion, but also on the range and mage minion. And I got a task of 130 Calphites, and I was getting a bit bored of Calphite Queen, so I decided to do something that somebody suggested in my last video, which is to get all of the banners and all of the heraldry banners and shields and shit. There are 16, I believe, different banners that you can get. So I decided to go ahead and get all of this. Is the last one I got, which is the money one, which I left myself at since it cost 500k. And I figured I'd leave myself with that one in case I ever want to go back or something and not have to waste more money. But yeah, you have to build a heraldry stand in your player-owned house workshop, and then you can go there, and if you take a piece of cloth and a plank, then you can build the banner. And if you take either a rune or steel helm / kite, then you can plume those also. I decided to just do steel full helms so I wouldn't waste as much money, because I'm never going to wear them anyways, I don't think, and they look exactly the same. But I went with the rune shield in case I ever want to wear it for like rune crafting or something like that. But yeah, there are a whole bunch of different ones that actually look pretty cool. And there are a total of a whole ton of different types of banners in this game you can get that a lot of people don't really think about. But I guess I have all of the banners in the game now. Because I have all the Trouble Brewing flags, and I have all of those flags, and you can also get the 2 Castle Wars flags and the Western Provinces banner. So I guess it looks kind of cool. It's a lot of bank space there, but I figured I'd do it just for the hell of it. It sort of is completionist stuff, I guess, because they're not tradable. But yeah, I'd say my favorite one is probably this one. This is the Dorgishan one, and then there's also the ham one, which is just a piece of ham on a flag that looks kind of funny. And this is the Varrock one, I think, and it actually looks kind of cool also, but all of them actually look pretty cool. They don't really have any requirements, particularly a few of them do, but made some dank fashion escape with the Dorgishan one. Looks pretty nice. So heading back to my KQ task, first drop of the trip is a D2H, nothing too exciting, but I figured I'd record it real quick. And a Dragon Chain Body, very nice. Those are like 1.8 mil right now, pretty steady, so that's always a nice drop to get here. And a Dragon Med Helm. This is the first time I've ever gotten a Dragon Med Helm from Calphite Queen. It was quite strange, but I guess I've gotten 3 dragon items this trip, which I wasn't really expecting, and a second Dragon Chain Body on this task is really, really nice to get that. Definitely not expected. And there's KQ head number 12 in total, I believe. I have 11 in the bank now and 1 in my POH, so I'm a little bit below the drop rate of KQ heads, but not really. And there's another D2H. I've gotten 2 D-Chains, 2 D2Hs, KQ head, and a D-Med in this task, so no complaints. Definitely no complaints. And this happens sometimes. This is the last kill of the task, and I have no food, and I'm at 20 HP, so it could one-hit me. And it's poison, so it's a good time to just wait it out. And there we go, 849 tasks in a row, 15 points, and going to head over and grab a new task. So yeah, loot from this task is looking pretty nice. I haven't actually price checked it, but definitely made at least like 5 to 8 mil, I would say. And the new task is a Dagonoth King's task, which is really awkward because even if you choose 35 of them, that's still like a fifth of a trip. Like I can kill at least 150 in a trip on task. So it's kind of pointless. I decided to just cancel this task. I might end up actually blocking boss tasks in the future because they're so bad, but a lot of them are pretty good, so I probably won't until I have a few more boss pets. But yeah, it's just kind of silly. Like there's no point in going down there, hopping like a billion times to try to find a world that DKs and just killing 35 of them. So got a Cuirass task, fuck that, hate Cuirass, they can go burn in hell. And Smoke Devils, I'll definitely do that. And there it is, 850 tasks in a row, 225 Slayer points, very nice. And more Calphites. Yeah, I don't know, I seem to always get Calphites in large quantities, like in quick succession, which gets a little bit annoying because the task just takes so long, but my KQ kill count is getting pretty high, so hopefully I can get that pet pretty soon. And skipping over to Thursday, when the fishing trawler outfit, the angler outfit, was released, of course I'm going to try to get it as soon as possible. Interestingly enough, for a fair bit of time, or at least for the first few hours, you got the fish not noted, so you had to dump a lot of it, and then later on, after a few hours after the update, they did a hotfix so that you could actually get noted fish when you collect them, which is really, really nice. So I'm glad they did that, because it caused me to not have to waste as many fish, and I made a little bit of money from doing all the trawler, not too much, but a little bit. Alright, and there's the first piece, the angler waders. Such an odd item name, but yeah, those are the legs of the angler outfit, which gives a 2.5% boost to fishing, so that was not, I think it took me over 10 for my first piece, and they're 1 in 8, so I was a little bit unlucky, but overall it turned out pretty average to the drop rate. And there's the angler top after a fair few more of the attempts. So 2 out of 4 pieces on, I think it was around 18 when I got my second piece, so a little bit unlucky, but really not a significant amount of unluck. And there's the angler hat, not too soon afterwards. That was on 23, so that put me above the drop rate.
Alright, so I did manage to finish my full angler outfit, which is the 2.5% fishing XP boost outfit that came out today from the fishing trawler. It took me 28 trawls, which is slightly lucky because Kieran said on Twitter they're supposed to take about 6 hours, which is 30 trawls since 12 minutes per trawl. So pretty much exactly what you can expect, but a few people in Hexes, it took them like 50 trawls before they got it, and then there were other people that got the full set in like less than 10, so it is RNG based obviously, but luckily you can't get duplicates the way you can with temple trekking, so you'll only get the last piece that you need, and if you want to get a second set you have to drop all the pieces and then loot the net, but I'm just going to stick with one set for now. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm happy with it. I think it takes a reasonable amount of time also, and it was nice to see the fishing trawler so active, so the loot that I got from it was 863 manta rays, 144 raw sea turtles, and a single raw lobster, and I got a few sharks also, which is kind of interesting that lobsters are so uncommon. But yeah, this is probably actually worth over $1 mil, which isn't too bad. It was like 6 hours, as I said, so it's not good money, but at least it's some money. Just a friendly reminder that if you ever happen to find me in Castle Wars and I don't respond, this is probably why. Public off, private off, doing homework. So, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but sometimes I just have to get things done, and may as well still make some gains while I'm doing it. So I started doing some Zulrah, and there is a Uncut Onyx on kill count 2400, which is really awesome. I've started to do some Zulrah because they've been talking more about a possible nerf. They're collecting data right now, so you never know what that means, but it's probably wiser to do Zulrah now than to wait until later. Alright, well, I was I was just killing it as I had my game filter off like usual. I was like, wow, that seemed like a fast kill. Turn on the filter, new fucking personal best of 58 seconds. I finally broke the 1 minute mark, and I didn't even use any like dark bow specs or anything special, just the same setup I'm using all along pretty much, which is really, really cool, so I'm really pumped about that. It's all basically just RNG, but after 2400 kills of almost the same setup, the only thing I've really changed for the last like, well, I guess like the first few hundred were a bit different, but then the last like 2200 kills I've done have been basically this, maybe except without an arcane and without the new boots. But other than that, that's pretty much the same, so it just shows how rare that actually is to happen, because it basically just means you have to hit really, really well, which is just RNG. So that's crazy though that I actually beat 1 minute. That's really cool. Look at this, 16 kills later, another Uncut Onyx. That's fucking awesome. These are 3 mil each. That's such good money. Holy shit, 24, 22, and there's a third Uncut Onyx in the span of 22 kill count. So I wanted to quickly touch on this. A friend of mine named Charles recently made a couple of Google spreadsheets that are really, really interesting, that I wanted to touch on in my videos since they relate to, obviously they relate very much to my goals. So this one right here is efficient pet hours basically. So what it does is it takes all of the pet droppers, the average kills per hour, the chance of the pet, determines the average hours for the pet, and like you input whether you have the pet or not, and it calculates like how many, or you input your kill count and you input whether you have the pet and stuff, and it calculates how many boss kills you have, how many boss hours you have, and your like how many hours lucky or unlucky you are. I am unlucky, negative 323 hours, which kind of sucks. But yeah, so this is really, really cool for me. It's just like you can change the kills per hour if you're getting a slightly different kill rate. See, he had Corp at like 5 kills per hour, but it's definitely possible to get like 15 to 20 kills per hour if you have a team that's giving you all the kills, which is what Casey is doing, which is he's the #1 pet hunter right now as far as total pets owned. So that bumps the hours down a lot, but you can see average hours 3,382, and I only have 214 efficient pet hours, which kind of sucks because that's just is based on the pets that I actually have.
So I've gotten crazy luck on Jad. Obviously, I got pretty good luck on Rex as well, but I'm still very, very unlucky overall. So that kind of sucks, but my luck will turn around eventually, I'm sure. But for now, I think I will mostly be working on Zulrah, since the possibility of nerf, I want to make as much money as I can while it's still OP. And the other spreadsheet that he made is Duradel and Neve, comparing them for pet hunting now, because for anyone who doesn't know, the assignment tables were just recently reworked a lot. And Duradel is actually better for pet hunting. I think Neve is still better for efficient XP. But either way, I'm going to be switching to Duradel, and I'm going to be changing my assignment, or my block list around a lot for the purposes of pet hunting. So basically what this shows is the most common tasks, like in order. All of the ones that are green are ones that drop pets. So basically you just want to, and like myth dragons are automatically blocked unless you unlock them, so those are blocked. I'm not sure whether I want to block dark beasts or not, because they are the most common boss task from Duradel. But I think that if you don't unlock the greater amount of them assigned, then you can do the task pretty quickly, so I'll have to decide whether I want to do that or not. But like, my block list will be Black Demons, Bloodvelds, Gargoyles I guess I can keep, and then Sukas. So that's a totally different block list than, oh yeah, Necreal I'll keep also, so I'll have to change around 3 of my blocks. So that's a very different list than for efficient Slayer XP, but what this spreadsheet calculates is that you actually are going to be consistently gaining points, even when you're skipping all of these tasks going for the boss patch, which is really, really awesome. It does assume that you are killing spiritual mages in the wilderness to get keys. Whether or not I'll do that, I don't really know. I might skip that, but even so, I probably still will be long-term gaining a few Slayer points, so that's really, really awesome, and I guess the new assignment tables are good for me anyways, in my purposes, but I don't think they're too detrimental in general. And what's nice is that we understand how Slayer assignment tables actually work. But yeah, this might make my parts of my Slayer overview video a little bit obsolete, but I think that the only thing you really want to change as far as block list, I guess, would be maybe like Kraken instead of Blue Dragons, because I think Kraken are more common. But in general, we did have the block list pretty well correct, because just a lot of sample size beforehand. I wasn't the one that made up that block list, by the way. I just got that from Hexus. But anyways, yeah, this is interesting stuff, and I definitely will be switching to Duradel and switching around my block list next time I do more Slayer. So right now I'm on a Calphite's task still, but I'll probably be doing a lot of Zulrah for the next foreseeable future. Hopefully get that pet pretty soon, but just make a lot of money in the process and work towards that Ellie, because who knows what will happen in the future. Alright, I just passed 2500 Zulrah KC. We're getting there. Alright, quick press check of some of the loot tab. This definitely isn't all of it, but let's see how much all this stuff is. It includes pretty much all my Zulrah loot. 93.4 mil, that is awesome. So I probably have at least another like 20 mil-ish in here, maybe a little bit less, but I'm going to pull out some of the other stuff that I didn't pull out. And also, PRS rose a whole bunch today. I'm not exactly sure why. Oh yeah, I have a bunch of raw sharks too. I guess I could price check my Chinchampas too. Just anything that I can sell, basically, so I can see about how much money I have available. Let's see, another 24 mil, which is quite nice. So, 94 plus 24 is 118 mil? Yeah. 118 mil plus, oh, thank you, Pichu. So I've got like a 350, 360 mil, which is pretty awesome. So this is something that is really interesting that I've never done before in this game. This is actually kind of completionist content. There's this NPC down here in Dorgish Khan named Lurgon, and you have to talk to him. I haven't actually done it yet, but if you talk to him, then after that you unlock the ability to sell food items to these NPCs around here labeled gourmets. And when you sell the food items to them, you have to choose a price, and it has to be at the right price. I'm not exactly sure because I haven't tried it yet, but if it's too expensive, they won't do it, and if it's too cheap, they won't do it. And then you have a chance of them giving you some of their food in return. And there's certain food items where the only way that you can obtain them is from selling food items to them. Also, I just got 1100 tickets, decorative shield, and gold sword, which is nice. But I'm going to talk to this guy and see what exactly his food options are. How can I sell food? Most of the people wandering around the market want to buy food. Since the passage to the surface opened up, there's been a craze in exotic food from up there. To sell something, simply use a piece of food on one of the gourmets in the market, then name your price. And the gourmet will tell you how many they are interested in buying for that price. If you want a rough idea of how much something will sell for, show it to me and I'll try to estimate. So this is really interesting. I want to see what prices they're gonna... I just brought some monkfish because that's like the cheapest food I have right now. You should also take into account the gourmet's reactions when naming your price. If someone likes the look of the food, they'll pay more for it. Also remember that the novelty of new foods quickly wears off. If people have been eating a lot of something lately, they won't pay as much for it. This actually sounds like it's pretty complicated. Like, this is actually something that someone way back when spent some dev time on, and it just never, like, gets played, I guess. But yeah, this is really cool. Somebody especially likes a food that you might even start a craze for it. If there's a food that's in fashion like that, then the gourmets will pay more for it. If you want to sell food in the market, you'll need to get permission from the council first. The counselor in charge of giving permission at the moment is Urpel. Oh, so I have to find another NPC also. Who's Urpel? Alright, I found him, thanks to the Wikia. Ask for permission to sell food in the market. Of course you can. Hey, thanks. What a guy. Alright, so I can use an item on Lurgon to get a rough estimate of the price. 115 GP. People don't seem to be going for fish. That's interesting. I should probably try a few different food items, but... Alright, let's see what happens when I do this. How exciting. Oh. Let's try 200 and see if he will go for it. Damn it. Let's try 150. Fuck you. Under 20. Yay. Alright, so there's also people that sell... What's also really interesting in here is that there are... Let's see what these people sell. Oh, frog leather items. There's a whole bunch of different types of food that you can buy in here, including like all of the food items you can get here are really, really strange. There's like frog burgers and fingers. Yeah. And I think you have to go through the NPC dialogues. Let's buy some fingers. So there we go. Fun items in this game. I think these are supposed to be Wallaby's fingers, but they only heal 2 hit points. That's the problem. But yeah, I don't know. There's so much like forgotten content in this city. It's kind of a cool place. There's also an NPC in here named Tinder, so that's always fun. Oh, see, this guy wants to buy 3 of my monkfish for 130 each. What a baller. But I did just get some mushrooms, which are this item right here is only obtainable through selling items to the gourmets and having them give you back this. And there are a couple other items that are the same way. Alright, this guy wants to give me his steamed pond loach, which is a lovely item. This is also another one that can only be obtained through this, though you can't buy it from any of the NPCs here. But this is actually a type of fish. It's really interesting. It must go through like cycles or something, or I don't know. Like if I show this manta ray to Lurgon and ask for a price check, he says he's afraid that people don't seem to be going for fish. Get about 250 GP, and then if I show him bread, he says that looks like exactly the sort of food people are looking for. It's only 36, but still. I'm wondering if this like changes or if they always don't like fish or how exactly this works. So I just hop worlds and it now tells me that I have to renew my permission, and I have to talk to Urtal this time. So thanks, buddy, for allowing me to sell shit to your people. But yeah, it's kind of weird that you have to like renew your permission. I wonder if it happens whenever you have to hop or what exactly the deal is. Ooh, he's giving me another loach. How exciting. He gave me grubs a la mode. Yum. Well, I just bought a good supply of burgers for my good friend Durgok over here. I also got some eel sushi and some fillets or fillets. I don't know what they would be. I guess these are cave crawler fillet/fillet things, but frog burgers I think might be my new favorite item in RuneScape. But yeah, I think I have all of the unique food from this thing now. Some of these you can buy, some of them you can only get from trading, and I believe it's these ones that you can get from the trading, and the rest you can buy directly from the NPCs. But yeah, fun little items in this game. Alright, so I'm at 600, 1100, 1114 Castle Wars tickets right now. So I'm making pretty good headway towards the 2900 for the full gold set. And I am less than 300 away from 1400 tickets, which is gold plate and legs, which is when it'll look really, really nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to wearing that with the Phasmatis flag and a Trompy hat and a max cape that's going to be coming out in a few weeks, which I'm also really, really excited about. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this episode, and we also just passed 15,000 subscribers, so thank you guys for that too. That's really crazy, and I appreciate that a lot. I never really thought I would get this far, but yeah, I'm really happy with how the channel is going, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying the videos. So thank you all once again for watching, and I will see you all later.